Hi, my name is Fazlur Rahman and we will discuss what is the case and the when expression in the SQL and how can we use it in a Google BigQuery. For example, if you put the condition like that, this is the ad campaign. If the ad campaign is generating the revenue above the 500, then this should be labeled as the as a high performer. And if they are if the ad campaign generating the revenue between the 300 to 500, then it should be labeled as the medium campaign, medium performer. If the you want to mention that in your report that if anyone ad campaign is generating the revenue below the 300, then should be labeled as the low performer. So basically when and the case expression we use when you want to put the condition and when this condition would be fulfilled and you want to label this condition. So for example, if you apply the condition for then if the condition is completed, then you give them the label, then you'd have to name this condition for the easiest way to read the client or the other or the to make the easiest to clean the data. So how can we use is the case and the when in our SQL to write the query. So for example, my condition is that these are the ad campaigns. So if I want to say that if any ad campaign generating the revenue above the 500, then this should be ad campaign label as the high performer. Okay, I want to label this campaign. Okay, the other ad campaign which are generating the revenue between the 300 to 500, I want to label it as a medium campaign, medium performer. And the all the campaign which are generating the revenue below the 300, then I want to label it as a low performer. So how can I do it? So now we are in the SQL, so Google BigQuery. So you have to click on the SQL query. So now you have to select, and because I have to select the ad campaign, change the name as a campaign. Now put the comma, and our second column would be revenue. Okay, the my condition is that now I will use the case expression. So first my condition is that when the revenue, okay, when the revenue is when the revenue is greater than 500, so then it label it as that, then it show it as a high performer. High for high performer. Okay, then my second condition would be that if the revenue revenue between 300 to 499 or 500, okay, 500, then it label it as a medium performer. Sorry, you have to put the and operator, you cannot use the to operator. Okay, the my third condition would be that all the remaining values which are below the 300, then it would be labeled as the low performer. So I would put the else, then you have to just put the low perf no, you have to put the low for. Okay, now I have to give them this column name, and then you have to give the column name as a uh, label performer. Now you have to select where your data set is present and where your table is present. So you have to click there, you would find your data set name, and you will then in this data set our table would be present. So you will find your table name. So basically you would know what is our data set name and what is our table name. So we have to write our data set name marketing series. It is my table name. Sorry, this is my data set name, and now I have to put the table name. So July marketing data. Now we are run our query. If I want to, sorry, there would be the some spelling mistake here. Okay. Now we are ready to run our query, but it is showing that. So this the unorganized name revenue. It means revenue spelling is wrong. Revenue. Okay, now our query is ready to run. But if I group this label, so how can I do it? So group by, I just put the spelling wrong here. So I would put the group by label performer. Now I have to run our query. So the spelling is, so this is showing the, so our query is ready to run. So we have to click on the run. So you will see the result. Now you can see that below the 300, all the showing is the low performer, and between the 300 to 500 showing the medium performer, and above the, you can see above the 500 they are showing the high performer. So through by using the case and the when expression, you can label your campaign, label your columns with your what you want to label it. So this is from me. Thank you so much.